Hello and welcome to another mini course presented by the Center for Teaching Excellence. Today we're going to talk about layers and graphics in Premiere. To get started, let's open our previous file and review importing.
Alright, the first thing I did here was open Premiere, just like we did before, and I'm going to go to File, Open Project. And again, the shortcut on that, if you want to use it, is Control and O. And I'm going to open our test project that we saved last time. And here we can see everything is where we left it.
Before we move on, let's download some stock footage to use.
In your web browser, navigate to pexels.com/videos. And this is a really great resource for free stock videos that you can use in your piece. Now I'm just going to choose a video here at random. Once I've found the footage that I want, I'm going to right-click Free Download. I'm going to select Save Link As, and then I can name this if I like, then select Save. Now back in Premiere, we're going to go to File, Import. Again, Control-I for the shortcut on that. And then I'm going to select the file that I just downloaded, then select Open. Now that we have the footage, if we click it and drag it over to the timeline, it will pull it in. Now notice right now it's going into V1A1, the same as where our footage from before is. If we pull down, it will move to V2A2, and we can pull again to make it to go to V3A3. For this demo, I'm going to put it in V2A2. Let's say I want to use this piece of footage like an intro. Well, I can use the same tools we used from last time, the selection tool and the razor tool. So the first thing I want to do is I want this to be an intro, so I'm going to drag it over, and I'm just on the selection tool right now. This piece of footage is quite long, so I want to cut it down a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the chunk that I want of the video to play at the beginning. Now if I scrub this playhead over and move it to the left, you're going to hear the audio playing from my video, so you're going to hear some weird sounds for just a second, but it's normal. Alright, now I'm going to use my razor tool, cut that, back to selection, select the area I don't want, and then I'm going to push the delete key on the keyboard, and that gets rid of it. If I scrub my playhead to the beginning and push play, we'll be able to see what it looks like. Now, I don't want you guys to worry about the audio for this for right now, so I'm going to push this little M, which mutes the track. So now I push play, and you can see I have a nice intro to my video.
Now let's add a graphic to our piece.
Notice right now how V1 is blue. We want to add a graphic to V3. So the first thing I want to do is click on V3 and then click on V1. And that means that video 3 is selected right now. I'm going to scrub my playhead at the beginning of the video. And up at the top, I'm going to select Graphics, New Layer, Rectangle. And if you're looking for the shortcut, that's Control-Alt-R. And this has made a lovely gray rectangle on our video. But don't worry, we can adjust it. The first thing I'm going to do is grab my rectangle and move it down. Now I'm going to use these little blue dots to stretch out my rectangle so it cuts across the screen. And I think I'm going to move it down just a little bit more. Alright, next I want to look over here in my effects controls, and with this we can see shape. If I click that little arrow there, we can see fill. And right now our fill is gray. Well, let's give this something a little bit more colorful. If I click into that gray, I can use my color picker here, and I'm just going to select a nice warm orange from my color picker. And now you can see we have a nice orange bar. Let's say I want to see through the orange bar. Well, I can scroll down to my opacity and turn that down just a bit, so now we can see the original video through our orange bar.
Next, we'll add some type.
When going to add type, we can take note that we're already at the top. We're at video 3. So let's go ahead and add some place for that type to live. what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to the top to Sequence. Then I'm going to select Add Tracks, and I'm going to add one video track after video 3. Then I'm going to select OK. Now we have video 4. So what I want to do is click off of video 3, click onto video 4, make sure my playhead is scrubbed all the way to the start of the video. I'm going to go back up to Graphics once again, New Layer just as before, and Text, and we can see here the shortcut is Ctrl+T. And with that, it's added a new text layer, and it's not quite in the right position, so we can do the same thing that we did with the graphic and move it down and put it into the right place. With the type here, we can change it by using the type tool. If I select the T, then click on my type, I can start to remove what's automatically there and add my own type. So I'm going to say exciting new video! Exclamation point. Now let's say I want to modify the font. I can select my type here. I can push the drop down next to text, and then we can see our font choices right here. I hit the drop down, and I believe I'm going to choose a nice Century Gothic here for this font. Along with this, we have the same options as before with fill, and so you can change the color of that font if you like as well. Alright, so we're going to take a break from our work today. We're going to go ahead and select File, Save once again, and we will come back to editing our graphic in the next video.
Once again, keep in mind the file created here is only for use in Premiere. This is not a video file we can share yet. That's it for your introduction to layers in Premiere. In the next video, we'll be taking a look at how to add keyframes. As always, if you need any help, feel free to drop by the Center for Teaching Excellence, and we'll help you with all of your classroom needs.